Ryan Ballantine from the CFL Horseman podcast, 3downnation.com. And what you got on there, is that a Cowboys jersey? The lights are kind of, I'm hoping that it is, Ryan. Nice. How about them Cowboys, man? How you feeling about Sunday? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I think they're going to do a number on the 49ers. The 49ers are kind of, they've made some hay against some bad teams this year, and Dallas punishes bad teams. So I think they're going to roll through the Niners this weekend.
Oh, man, I'm glad that we can agree on something, Ryan. I really am. But the thing is, every playoff matchup for the Dallas Cowboys makes me nervous. It always does. But maybe this will be the time. I admire your enthusiasm. Before we get around to the CFL stuff, because I know that's what a lot of people are dying to get your take on, you've got a roll Saturday night at Grey Eagle at PAW 1. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to be headed back to MMA play-by-play. I've been doing it for 15 years with a couple different organizations that are based here in Alberta. When the PAW and Pallas Athena reached out and they said, we know you do MMA play-by-play. Do you want to come and do our event? It's an all-women's MMA organization. I was really excited to be able to step out and step in to do the play-by-play there. I think that there haven't been enough opportunities for women within MMA in Canada. And so joining an all-women's organization from a fight perspective, obviously. I think it's just going to be fantastic to be able to sit cage side for what's a history-making event in Canada.
Exactly. PAWFC.com for the pay-per-view. And let me just say this, for anybody that's watching right now that's on the fence, humming and hawing whether they should go, why should they come join us at Grey Eagle Saturday night?
I think there's going to be a number of great fights. We've got 7 fights on the card. Obviously, in these COVID-related times, we've got issues. You know, we had a couple fighters come down with COVID last minute. But I think there's going to be some phenomenal fights. One of the problems that women's MMA especially has in Canada is that there's not enough fighters to be able to make this thing work. But what they've done is they've gone around the world. There's fighters coming in from France, from Brazil, from the U.S., all from England. All of these fighters are coming in to fight for Pallas Athena because they knew that they'd be able to get an opponent. You've got some former Gold Glove boxers on this event. You've got some absolute names within MMA. You've got a title fight on the line, as well as Laura Fontoura takes on Andy Nguyen. I just think this card's going to be incredible to watch. And if there's one thing that we've learned from watching athletes in Canada over the last couple of years is that we can really count on women to show out and put on a hell of a performance.
No doubt. And what's different about MMA, what I love about it is people are never going to sit and fight like they do about NFL football and CFL football. I like this better and that. No, it's 2 people in a cage. I don't care if it's men, women, whatever. It's entertaining. It doesn't matter the level. It doesn't matter the promotion. It doesn't matter the fight club. That's what I love about it. And for tickets, PAWFC.com. Come and join us at the Grey Eagle on Saturday night. To the CFL, Ryan, what has been your takeaways from this offseason so far?
I think this whole distraction of 4 downs has been a really interesting thing for the CFL to kind of float out there that might be a possibility. I think a move to 4 downs would be completely asinine. There's a reason other 4-down leagues don't work, and that's because people want the NFL. They don't want 4-down football. And I think that's what people are confusing here. And CFL fans, diehards, I don't know that they stick around to watch 4-down football. And you might lose a generation or two, and you can't afford to do that if you're the CFL. So I think what they need to be doing when they're looking at that is finding ways to improve the marketing of the game, not the game itself. The game itself, I think, is really well played. I think it's really entertaining to watch. I love it. Obviously, I think everybody watching this show is a CFL fan. But I think when you're talking about improving the league, the way to improve the league is to get it to more people. You know, put the Grey Cup on CTV instead of TSN. Make the game more accessible. Advertise in more places. I can't see the last time I saw CFL advertising that wasn't on TSN already. So I just feel like we need to do a better job with outreach to new fans rather than trying to poach fans because you added an extra down.
I know. Well, I could go on for hours, and maybe we will if we get some one-on-one time Saturday night. You used the term distraction, and I wonder what's the bigger distraction / fallacy / facade? XFL talk or 4-down talk? Because in the end, I don't think either one of them is going to amount to the hill of beans, and it's all a bunch of bunk. Why are we even talking about it? Would you agree?
Well, yeah, honestly, to me, the entire XFL CFL talks weren't to benefit the CFL. The XFL was trying to find out how a football league has had this kind of success, how you have 107 championship games to look back on. You've got a century of history of football to count on. The XFL doesn't have a century of games played. You can't, let alone, are they even at 100 games played? So when you look at the CFL and the XFL talks, to me, that was always the XFL approaching the CFL to find out how they've remained relevant, how they've remained open in a market against the NFL, and the lessons that the XFL could take away in surviving as a football league that's not the NFL. As far as a merger goes, I don't think that was ever going to happen. I think there might have been some crossover, maybe some sort of, exhibition game between two championship clubs that might, cross over and play CFL rules one year, XFL rules the next year, some other hokey garbage. But it was never going to be a two-league solution.
I have no idea what it was ever going to be. I don't know. I thought I knew. I thought I could believe the people that were talking to me, but it never happened. So Jordan Ewert's watching on YouTube, and he says Ryan is hired as the lead marketer for the CFL. Somebody's got to be. And the thing is, you and I both love the CFL. And you're still working in it, full time, and it quasi full time with a 3-down thing in your podcast. It bothers me so much to see it struggle and go through the problems that it's going through. But as we know in my other career, you can't fix the problem until you realize you have a problem. And I almost wonder if they know that they have a problem. I wonder if they actually know that, Ryan, aside from looking at the bank accounts. Do they think they have a problem?
I think they're going to need to wait until we get a post-pandemic season, right? I think the post-pandemic season is going to be the thing that really tells the tale as to whether or not people were staying away because of the pandemic, whether people were staying away because they didn't like the way that the in-game experience was. I mean, when you look at places like Winnipeg, like Saskatchewan, the in-game experience and in-stadium experience is so attractive that they have no problem filling those. Calgary has one of the best game day experiences as far as the product on the field, the contests that they run, things like that are great. But the stadium itself is obviously lacking here at McMahon. You need a new stadium in Calgary to be able to bring that out. But when you look at stuff like the Rum Hut and when you look at Tim Hortons Field and what they've done in Ottawa with bringing in a younger audience and making it about being a place to be and not about the football on the field, I think that's what the CFL needs to embrace right now. People aren't going for the experience because I can sit at home on my couch on Watch TSN and get better and more frequent replays. I can get the commentary. I can pause. I can sit down with my $8 six-pack and get through an afternoon and enjoy CFL football. And that's the other thing I need to always kind of couch this with is you can look at ticket sales, but it's not ticket sales that necessarily drive this league anymore. You've got a TV deal that essentially covers the salary of every player in the league. Well, the rest of the tickets are essentially profit and game day operation staff. You don't need necessarily a ton of people in the seats to make that a profitable venture. MLSE is reporting the Argos at a loss because it's a good business decision. It's not because they need, the Argos are necessarily taking this big hit. It's taking out Leaf and Raptor profit.
I could go on all day, and tomorrow we will. Ryan, thanks for the time. I appreciate it, and we will see you at the Grey Eagle.
Looking forward to it, man. Can't wait.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of The Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.